Hello, here Hubert, sharing today's lesson. Today's lesson is going long term. And this is a lesson that I'm learning and relearning and being reminded of every single day since a very long time. First, when I was young, just after graduating, I was intensively preparing for an exam which was very, very difficult and required to put a lot of effort, a lot of learning, a lot of discipline for a very short or long period of time, depending on how you look at it. It was 1 year, 2 years actually. And during this period, I just worked very hard, but the thing is that I was not working very smart. That's why I didn't manage to make it to succeed at this exam. And this was the first lesson, and one of our teacher told us, and actually I didn't really get it, or I listened to it, but I didn't really bother about it, that she said that it's a marathon, what we were doing, preparing for this exam, which lasts 1 year of preparation, and when you failed, you had another shot, so second year. It was a marathon, and a lot of us treated this like a sprint, like a very long sprint, meaning we gave it all. We didn't manage our resources. We went like the brute force way through it, and most of us didn't make it, probably because of this, not because that we were like less talented, less gifted than the other who made it, but rather that we didn't manage, and we didn't learn how to rest. We didn't learn how to take little breaks regularly, so that we keep on balance and that we put a constant effort through all this time. And this lesson is also something that I'm learning right now again and again, regarding rest, regarding rest, in the sense that every single day you need to take time to rewind, to unwind. You need to take time to rest, to gather energy so that you can continue. And most of the time it's just as simple as going a bit earlier to bed, sleeping. Make sure that you are sleeping and sleeping and sleeping as much as you need. Most of the time we are tempted to cut rest because we think that we get more things done, but actually we get less. And even if we have more hours, theoretically, in practice we are less focused, our minds are less clear, so the quality is also just not there. And finally, the other thing that is not only about rest, but is also about thinking long term, in the sense of doing a little but every day. Thinking every day you do a bit and a bit and a bit. And even if it's just 5 minutes, and 5 minutes can sound so little, but if you just had the single discipline of putting those 5 minutes every day, no matter what, within 1 year you will already see incredible results. Within 2 years, within 3 years, and so on. So just thinking long term and thinking, okay, I do just a little bit every day, but in the long term it will pay off. And finally, another part of this long-term approach of going long term is also about what you do, how you use your time, what kind of type of projects you take. I learned this 2 times, especially in my life. First time when I was an intern and I was really earning ridiculously small amount of money, but I was really passionate about the job. I was really give it all, and I was really loving it. And after time, I kept and I stuck to it, where a lot of people went away because they didn't see the money coming in, and they were just like, yeah, we got paid ridiculously low amount of money. I don't want to stay. It's almost offending, and so on. And I didn't bother about it. I just focused that it's what I love, and for as long as I was working there, it was really very promising, because more and more I was evolving, I was growing, I was learning new stuff. The atmosphere was great, my chef was great, and actually in the end I slowly was earning more and more and more and more. And in the end, I really don't regret, because I see some people who left for the money and they just went 3 months is there, 6 months is there, and they were running after the money. And even when they ended up with a place where they had the money, they just didn't have something satisfying. They didn't have something exciting. So by thinking long term, I was able to just see that where I was right now, even if it wasn't perfect, was in the long term really probably something that is going to really be beneficial. And finally, also for choosing projects now, I'm choosing now projects and I'm thinking long term when I choose any type of project. I'm thinking, okay, is it something that I will be willing to do in 5 years? Is it something that I see doing myself 10 more next years? I mean, obviously you cannot know these kind of things, but when you start a project, most of the time you can already see that if it's something that is probably going to be short-lived, or if it's something that really is close to your heart, close to your values, close to what you want to share with the world. And this also is kind of a long-term attitude, not thinking so much about the money you'll get right now or in 1 month or even in 1 year, but rather about, is it something that I'm really passionate about, that I love, that I really would love to do all the time in the near and very far future. So that was today's lesson, going long-term, thinking long-term, acting with this long-term in mind. Take good care.